Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to say to start with, thank you very much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel in the last year and who've liked and commented on my videos as well. It really means a lot and it really is helping spread awareness of these conditions which I have been diagnosed with. So thank you very much for your support. So today I wanted to see how I can't even talk today. I'm just going to go with it because I could keep pausing and rewinding, but I want you to see me with my FND and how it affects me. So it affects the way I'm talking, so you're going to have to bear with me if I'm rambling. So today I wanted to do a review video of how I've been since I've been diagnosed back in April last year, end of April last year. So it's almost been, or it's been over a year now. So it's been an interesting but very tough year since being diagnosed. So those of you who follow me and who are subscribed and who watch my videos will see how difficult it's been since being diagnosed and how tough it's been with the new symptoms and the symptoms that have just got worse over the course of the year. So, but I do feel very fortunate, compared to other people with FND. I'm still mobile, I'm still able to do stuff. I'm determined to carry on doing stuff for as long as I can, and for as long as the FND and the migraines let me, because they are quite disabling. So let me start from the beginning. So last year I was admitted to hospital, to Darren Valley Hospital, to the stroke ward, with suspected stroke. However, all the scans, the MRIs, CTs and all that sort of stuff ruled it all out. And after 10 days in hospital with loads of kind of mini seizures and migraines and numbness and all that sort of stuff, I was diagnosed with FND. So and the migraines as well. So serious migraines, which fortunately they've eased off. The migraines are great. I'm doing maybe one a week, one a month. It can be not as bad as it was, one a day originally. So my main issue has been the functional neurological disorder, which I've been seen by my neurologist and his team throughout the year. So let me start from day one when I got discharged. So I was having numbness and weakness in my legs and sort of all over the place. So that kind of cleared off a little bit, but it was the weakness and the cognitive issues, such as the stutter and not being able to understand things very well or taking information. Also, I started to have seizures at home, which caused a lot of dizziness and tiredness and fatigue and brain fog and all that sort of stuff. So it was really quite difficult to kind of adapt to new life after that day. And as you guys who have FND are aware, that when you get diagnosed with FND, all you're given is a website and to tell you basically to adapt to your symptoms, as there's nothing they can do apart from offer you kind of physiotherapy and psychological help. So after that day, you kind of felt a little bit lost, a little bit alone, but it's been a good year on that front. We've met new people on the Facebook group, WhatsApp groups and all that sort of stuff, and it's been pretty incredible to know that there's so many people out there who are suffering just like I am, and to know that I'm not alone, because you do feel very lonely no matter how much support you get and no matter how many people say you'll be all right. You feel pretty lonely with all these symptoms, because you just know that people don't quite understand and quite get the symptoms that you're going through. So as I left hospital, I was a little bit scared, to be fair, because I kind of felt like, is this the right diagnosis? I kind of felt like I was put in a box, as in case I didn't know what I had, and maybe they were kind of like making it up. But for sure, as the time's gone on over last year, it's made me realise how much support I've actually needed, and to get that support, I've really had to push for it myself, to self-advocate myself, and go back to the doctors, back to my neuro, keep in touch with them, and I was lucky enough to get some neurophysiotherapy, which was fantastic. I had 10 weeks. I think I had 10 weeks with her, and my walking was just horrendous after my admission. I was weak. My right leg started to slap the floor. It's almost like I was walking like I had Parkinson's, because I believe that FND is kind of an umbrella for numerous kind of neurological illnesses such as MS, Parkinson's, and all those other ones that I can't name for some reason. Can't think. But yeah, there's lots and lots of symptoms that kind of come under FND. So one massive thing that did hit me, as well as the walking, it was the fatigue, the brain fog. The brain fog was a killer, and it still is a killer. However, it's eased a little bit over the last couple of months, which I'll get into. But I think as you are diagnosed, you do feel alone. And it's so important to use the people around you, your support network, and reach out as much as you can. It's so important. So family are important, friends, close friends. You know who your true friends are when you're diagnosed with something like this. And I've got friends on my hand. On my one hand, who I can count, who have stood by me, who have helped me, and they know who they are. So if they're watching this, thank you very much, guys. You mean a lot to me. So don't want to get emotional now though. So I'm going to tell you guys what happened in the course of a few months after diagnosis. So I was a personal trainer, as you guys may have known. I visited people's houses, so I was able to drive at the time before all that happened. Unfortunately, I had to surrender my driving license, which was an absolute killer for me. Having that taken away, the reason why it was taken away, but get to the point, is the reason why is because I was having seizures. My migraines were just never ending. At the time, dizziness, I had hearing issues, still have hearing issues. I've got permanent hearing issues in both ears, so wear hearing aids now. I was on a lot of medication, so I didn't know what the medication was doing to me. So some of you guys might be on medication as well, so coming out of hospital with all those meds, you're drugged up to the eyeballs just to take the pain away and to numb like the pain, and then you've got other symptoms on top of that, so you don't know whether it's the FND or the migraines, or it could be a side effect of the medication. So lots going on when I left hospital, and still had my vision issues, which are daily anyway. So I had to hand in my license. So, and then eventually in September I had to stop working because it just became too much. I got weaker. I could literally only do 1 hour physically a day because the fatigue would hit me. And then as I fatigue, my symptoms would get worse. So my walk would get worse, my vision gets worse, my hearing gets worse. And it was just an awful situation to be in. And currently still not working. This is now, so we're in May 2024. So this was September 2023. Last year, and I decided not to work anymore. My wife, who was very supportive at the time, she agreed that I would stop work and I had to claim benefits. So that was a new, not in a million years did I ever think that I'd be claiming benefits. So I applied for PIP, personal independent payments, and universal credit, which we were on as a family already. But this was just a long process, and it's more stress on your body because you just know you should be working. I'm only 39. I was 38 at the time. You should be working. I was a personal trainer. I was physically active. I was almost at the fittest I've ever been. Maybe 2 years before that, when all the symptoms started. So here was me in the summer last year, and trying to go out for walks with the family around our national park nearby, Knoll Park. It's beautiful, and to know that I struggle to keep up with my family is it was just so upsetting, you know. The weakness in my legs, the way I was walking, it's quite. I was very self-conscious of how I was walking and the way I looked, and yeah, so it was really tough time. So with the benefits, I had to have an assessment, which was really tough. So you do the paperwork, and then they call you and they ask you to have an assessment in person, to make sure that you are unable to work, you are unfit to work. So you have to go through all that process. You know, you write out your form, you send that off, you have to wait for them to give you a date over the phone, so you have to explain how your disability affects you on a daily basis, which to you guys, just to let you know, if you're in a process of doing that, you must put down it's your worst case scenario, so it's your worst day, because FND is one of those ones that it fluctuates from day to day, it changes, it varies every day. For me at the moment though, it seems to be getting progressive, which I'll come on to in a bit. However, at the time when I filled the form in, it was the walking, it was the seizures, it was the dizziness, it was pretty much being unable to do anything outside the house, really. So that's really important to make sure you get that right as well. So a little bit of advice there for you guys who are trying to get through the benefits and get on the PIP and stuff like that, which we don't want to do, but for financial reasons and support, it's so important to get that, and we deserve it as well. So 2023 was pretty much adapting to my new kind of my health, my ability to do things, or inability to do things, shall I say. It is adapting to new lifestyle, which was kind of hard to get my head around a little bit. I think a lot of us with any disability find it difficult to adapt and to accept. It's accepting that you will not be the same person, or you will not be able to do the things you used to do, or you wouldn't be able to do the things you used to do, but as well. So I think my mental health deteriorated massively because of that reason, is the grief for my past, for the Chris who used to be the fittest he used to be, you know, running 20-30k a week and working out with clients and all that sort of stuff. That's all changed now. I could never do that again. People always say, look, it's never say never, but at this moment in time, I feel that will never happen because of the way my body feels. I feel like a 60, 70-year-old man in a 30, 40-year-old body, you know. So it's been pretty tough year. So 2023 was certainly just one to adapt around family life, around the kids, who were absolutely phenomenal, you know, with understanding or needing to understand the seizures, they actually said that when I was having a seizure or a migraine, oh, Dad's having a thing. So as soon as they announced that, they knew it was going on, they knew just to leave me and that I'd be safe, basically. So that was the hardest part, is knowing that my children were seeing me in that state. It was pretty tough. Yeah, it was hard. So as 2024 approached, things just didn't seem to be getting any better. The migraines had subsided, which is still happening. I'm not having as many migraines, which is great. But the disability in my walking, my legs, the shuffling walk was continuing, particularly as I was tired and as stress levels increased. My mental health was just ridiculously low. I really struggled with who I was, and it's hard to explain. I didn't really recognise who I saw in the mirror, and it was affecting the whole household, and you know, it's difficult to explain. And as my mental health was worsening, I was starting to experience other symptoms. I was actually collapsing. I was having chest pain. I was collapsing on the floor, feeling dizzy. The breathlessness going upstairs. So a simple task as going up the stairs, I would get up there, I'd be gasping out of breath. My legs felt like I'd just run a marathon. Then all of a sudden this white mist came over my vision and I just literally had to fall to the floor. And sometimes these collapses triggered seizures. So it's quite scary. And knowing that it's happening, I was aware it was happening. To have no control over your body is just the scariest thing ever. So that started to happen. So I contacted my neurologist, and he said that I could have something called a vasovagal syncope, which is where the blood pulls at your legs when you're sitting down and your blood pressure drops as you stand up. So the blood doesn't go to your head. So you start to feel dizzy and then you feel like you need to collapse, which is basically the posh way of saying fainting. So that was a new thing at the start of 2024 this year. And I actually fell down the stairs a couple of times. Fortunately, not hurting myself too much, just hurt my neck once or twice. So yeah, I've got the grab bars, I've got the handrail bars up the stairs now. For that reason, I had to have occupational therapy come out early on in the year, who fitted a new handrail up the stairs, a grab bar at the top of each set of stairs, a grab bar on the toilet or near the toilet so I can hold onto it if I feel dizzy, and also my sofa has now been raised as well, which you might have seen on the videos as well. So it's all very handy, and very fortunate to have the help and the support from the neuro team for that reason. But the neuro wants to send me off for a tilt table test, which is just to double check that I don't suffer with chronic fainting every time I stand up, which fortunately that's eased later on to this year. But the thing that has worsened is the headaches, particularly this year, along with the seizures. The seizures were absolutely horrific, to the point where they actually thought I was having epilepsy, and I had to stay in hospital for a week just before the Easter holidays, which was really tough. And I was going through a substantial amount of pressure and stress at the time, just before all of these seizures kicked off. And I've had seizures before where you just go stiff, and my face might drop, so that they thought I might be having a stroke. But these ones was the typical clonic tonic, I think that's right. Tonic clonic, might be the other way around. Seizures like epilepsy, where you're on the floor, your body goes all stiff, you're throwing your head back, your arms go, you start like convulsing really. See, my FND brain's not working properly now. I'm talking how I think I should be saying it. But yes, so I was having seizures, I was having fits. I actually had 9 in one day, which is the day I got admitted to hospital. So that was a really tough day for me. And then I was in for 7 days over the Easter time. So yeah, that was tough. However, they calmed down, and then I think that was the start of a relapse, a major relapse for me, because I think since then, since I've been discharged again, it was in April this year, so almost a year on from my diagnosis. The seizures went. Sorry, I'm rambling now. The seizures went, but I had other symptoms that started, and it's all on my right side. Every single thing was on my right side. So as you can see, my right eye starts to droop. It is drooping now, particularly when I get tired. My vision goes double. My eye droops like this, so it looks like it's over my eye. It's awful. And then my face goes all stiff, so I can't talk properly. My right arm goes all weak. My right leg goes weak. I get pains in my right side of the ribs. It's almost like I'm being squeezed by somebody. It's like a hug. And of course breathlessness with the squeezing of my chest as well. My walking has deteriorated massively this year, and I can't feel that getting any better at all. So I've been back in touch with my neurologist, who is sending me to neurophysio again, and I've got a review with him in a few days' time on the phone, which I'll let you know about after that. So whether or not I might go for another scan to see if there's any change or anything like that going on in my spinal cord or my brain, I'm not too sure. So we will see how that goes. But the feeling of not having any control of your own body, I'm getting clumsy. The clumsiness is awful. The headaches, the headaches have started again. It starts all the way around the back of my head, here at the back of my neck. It's like I've been stabbed in the back of my head. It goes up, around, into my scalp, and then behind my eye, and sometimes into my mouth. So I think that's called trigeminal neuralgia. Don't quote me on that one. I'll check it up in a minute. But it's where the nerves in the back of the head are damaged, or there's no signal, or the signal's all confused. So there's an awful lot going on in my body right now. And also another one was muscle spasms on my right side as well. So my hand would go like this. So stiffen up, it would go really stiff. The same with my foot. My right foot has got so much weaker now where I can't actually flex it upwards as well as I could do before. So it just goes to show that my weakness is deteriorating. So for me, it seems like my FND at the moment is quite progressive. So yeah, we will see. So this video has just been to update you guys on what's the major things that's been happening with me since I've been diagnosed this last year. It's been a very, very long, repetitive, boring, but also at the same time very important year. It's been one of the most important years of my life, I think, where you identify your true self, and it really makes you look at your life and makes you look at what your beliefs are. I've met some truly amazing people since I've been diagnosed, and since I've hospital staff, I've met some of my old friends again. I've met some people who have just, it's almost like a calling, who people have come into my life and have helped me identify where I want to be, or where I want to be aiming for. So with a chronic illness like FND, it's always important to remember that you still have potential. You still got potential to become better than you are now. Whether it's not in your disability, but with you as a person, you always have potential. You always have potential to move forward with your life. You have potential to meet new people, positivity, and create a journey, because that's what it is. It's a journey. And throughout this last year, it's so difficult to put it into words, but you kind of feel a little bit overwhelmed by it all. I've got goosebumps just thinking about it, because you can become overwhelmed by all the emotion and the physical aspect of changes to your body and stuff. But at the same time, my beliefs are so different now, and just got to use that to drive yourself forward. So for those of you watching with FND, for those of you who have severe chronic migraines, keep going, keep moving, don't sit and dwell on it, keep moving, meet new people. It's so important to meet new people who you never know could just pull you out of a deep, dark hole. It's so important. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys for watching and for following my journey. It's so important that we share this awareness and we get it out there, because FND, it is horrible, but at the same time, it's beatable and it's manageable, if you know what I mean. Some people might be sitting there thinking, no, it's not, because I'm in a wheelchair, or I can't walk properly, or I can't talk, or I can't move my arms, or whatever. But still, there's still potential for you guys out there. And I'm adamant of using that positive mindset now to drive myself forward. So thank you very much for following my journey still. I will be updating as and when I have appointments, and if any changes to my condition, I'd love to let you guys know, and for you to let me know how you are doing as well. So please keep following, keep telling others to follow and to like and subscribe. That'd be great. Take care, guys. See you soon.